You know, in a world that can feel so chaotic, so stressful, is it actually possible to find a real, lasting joy? A sense of deep peace? Well, today, we're going to explore a timeless path, a set of strategies, really, that are designed to guide us right to that place, even when life gets tough.
And our starting point is this incredibly powerful verse. I want you to notice that first word, always. Not just on the good days, not just when things are going your way, always. I mean, that's a call to a constant state of joy. An idea so radical, so important, that he says it twice. Rejoice.
Right, and that's the big question, isn't it? How on earth is that possible? How can anyone be full of joy always? It just seems like an impossibly high standard. But the good news is, the path isn't a secret. It's actually a series of very clear, very intentional choices we can make.
Okay, so let's walk this path together. We'll start by digging into what this radical command to rejoice really means. Then, we're going to look at 4 really practical strategies: cultivating gratitude, unlearning the habit of worry, choosing to pray instead, and learning to manage our thoughts. And finally, we'll see the incredible results all of this leads to: a deep, unseen peace.
So let's be really clear about this. This isn't some gentle suggestion to try and be happy. No, it's a command. The instruction to rejoice isn't just for holidays or big wins. It's meant for every single day, no matter the circumstances. It's really a fundamental shift in our default way of being.
So where do we even begin? Well, the very first step on this path is to intentionally, deliberately cultivate gratitude. And this is way more than just saying thank you every now and then. It's about building an entire foundation of thankfulness in our lives.
And what's amazing is there's some powerful truth behind this ancient wisdom. Gratitude isn't just a nice little feeling. Some have called it the healthiest human emotion we can experience. It can actually strengthen your immune system and make you more resistant to stress. Think about that. It's a spiritual practice that has real physical benefits.
And this just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? It shows the 2 paths we can choose. People who practice gratitude tend to be happy people. They're just more resilient. But on the flip side, ungrateful people often find themselves miserable, stuck in this loop where nothing is ever enough. Our perspective literally shapes our reality.
All right, let's move on to strategy number 2. This one involves facing one of the biggest thieves of joy head-on: worry. And this isn't about pretending problems don't exist. It's about actively unlearning a really destructive mental habit.
This definition is so simple, but wow, is it profound. Worry is stewing without doing. It's just spinning your wheels in your mind, burning up all this emotional energy without moving forward 1 single inch. It's a completely unproductive state that just drains our peace and our joy.
Now this right here is so important. Listen to this. No one is born a worrier. It is a habit we pick up along the way, from family, from our culture, from our experiences. And the best news about that is that anything that is learned can be unlearned. This is not a permanent part of who you are. It's just a pattern, and you absolutely have the power to change it.
So, if we're supposed to unlearn worry, what do we replace it with? Well, this third strategy gives us a direct, powerful alternative. Instead of just stewing, we can take action. Instead of worrying, we can pray.
Just stop and think about that for a second. Think about all the time, all the energy, all the focus you spend on worry. What if you redirected that exact same amount of energy into prayer? This isn't just some clever saying. It's a practical formula. Prayer is the active antidote to the passive poison of worry.
And this brings us to our 4th and final strategy, and this one really gets to the very root of our emotions. It's all about taking control of the one thing we actually can control: what we choose to think about. This is basically the chain of command inside of us. It all starts with your thoughts. The way you think has a direct line to how you feel emotionally. And the way you feel, well, that's what drives how you act. So if you really want to change your life and find peace, you have to start right at the beginning, by changing what you allow to take up space in your mind.
So what happens when you actually practice these 4 things? When you lean into gratitude, unlearn worry, pray about everything, and carefully choose your thoughts? The result is something that goes way beyond just being happy. It's a deep, lasting peace.
And this is the promise. It's not a peace that makes sense based on our circumstances. It's a peace that, as it says, exceeds anything we can understand. It's a peace that stands guard over our hearts and minds, a kind of calm in the center of the storm that has nothing to do with what's happening in the world outside.
So we'll end with this question for you to reflect on. Just take a quiet moment and honestly consider it. If all the time you currently spend worrying was completely transformed into time spent in prayer, what would be different? How might your days, your relationships, and your own sense of inner calm begin to change? The path is laid out for us. The choice is always ours.